Last but not least, we have Nintendo. Now, Nintendo last year did a pretty good job at E3, but then again, it's easy to say that they did a good job. It'd be like congratulating a guy for winning a 100-meter dash when he's going up against a bloated fat ass and a guy missing one leg. Obviously, they're gonna do a good job. Now, Nintendo this year have announced that they're not bringing Zelda, which was a massive shock to me, and I still left going, what were you thinking? And frankly, they have a PR war to win, because they pissed a hell of a lot of people off this year with the issues that they've had with Splatoon, which is a good game, but has a lot of problems and is missing content. They've had issues with the YouTube community, with the stuff that they're doing with the Content ID claims. So while you may have fun games, your games have been woefully thin for the beginning of this year. However, Nintendo have announced that they have unannounced games still to be released this year and by early next year. And with that in mind, it seems like Nintendo have set themselves up to have a good show. Now let's talk about what we need to expect and what I would personally like to see. You know, obviously we're going to see things like, I'm hoping we'll see things like Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. We'll probably see some new stuff in relation to Star Fox. I mean, they have to show some Star Fox stuff, because that's meant to be coming out this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. And of course, we have the stuff for games that we already know about, like Yoshi's Woolly World, probably stuff to do with the Devil's Third, things of that nature. But then, of course, we have the stuff that is uncertain, and the things that I would really like to see. Now, I don't really need to see a new 3D Mario. Like, I mean, we can let that slide for now. Like, you know, I have a lot of people saying, oh, I want to see Super Mario Galaxy 3, but that would be a bit strange, because 3D Mario games generally come out 3 years after each other. Galaxy 2007, Galaxy 2 2010, Super Mario 3D World 2013. You know, those are the core ones. So I wouldn't expect that. What I would rather see, in fact, is stuff like a new Metroid game. We know that Retro have been working on a new game that they haven't announced yet, and I think it's safe to say, well, not safe to say, but safe to say that it's not unreasonable to expect a new Metroid game. It's been 5 years since Other M came out. And really, if you want to count good Metroid games, it's been 8 years since the last Metroid came out. And I'm really hoping that they will show that, please. I'd also like to see some revivals of some older franchises, because Nintendo said, I think in 2014, that they were working with third-party developers to get some new games out on the system, like reviving old franchises. Maybe an F-Zero? I mean, that might be too far of a stretch, but it would be nice if we saw something like that. You know, and obviously we'll probably see some more 3DS stuff, like the new Fire Emblem. Maybe they'll show some gameplay for that. I'm not a big Fire Emblem fan, but I would like to see that, because I'd like to get into the series. And, you know, of course, we'll probably see some more stuff for Xenoblade. Hopefully a release date in North America. And as well, I'd like to see some stuff in relation to Phoenix Wright. I know that they're doing one that's set in, like, the past. I don't know a lot about it in particular, because I only really care about when the games when it's got Phoenix Wright in it themselves. But I would like to see some stuff like that. That would be pretty good. Now, of course, you know, the thing that Nintendo nailed last year was actually making the the digital event, more entertaining to watch. And I hope they do the same stuff this year. Make it funny. Hopefully we'll still have Robot Chicken, because that worked really well. And I would say that if you've got stuff to show, please, like, extend the show out more. Because last year, you know, I was sitting there and I was really enjoying that. This was like 2:30 at night, because that's when the conference was on. I was sitting there, I had a smile on my face, then it was over. Just like that. And I was like, wow, you were doing so well, and you just abruptly ended. So, the thing is, I would say please extend it out more, because we know that you've got some exclusives coming, and we'd like to see them. And please, for the love of God, look, I know people like amiibos, but don't focus on amiibos, please. You know, amiibos are cool and all, and I'm definitely going to be getting those Yoshi Woolly World amiibos, because those things look adorable. And I know that's like, oh, you're such a faggot, but, I mean, seriously, who gives a fuck? I mean, this is a mini rant right here. Who gives a shit if people like amiibos and think that they're cool. It's not babyish, it's not childish, just let them enjoy what the hell they want. But to the same extent, don't spend too much time talking about it. We know that they sell, we know that they're making money, but please do not spend too much time talking about that. And if you follow these steps, and I mean, we know that you're not going to show multipliers, but if you follow these steps, then you probably have a good E3. I know that a lot of people don't like you. I get that. And I understand why they don't like you, because you don't have any multi-platform games. And it's a big issue for people who play exclusively on the consoles. But as someone who plays on the PC and only really cares about fun, exclusive games, I hope you bring them. Because you got the IPs, we know that you have the studios working on stuff, you need to show that. And hopefully your sales will spike again. Because the games on the Wii U, the exclusives that are there, even though there's so many big droughts, they are fun. And hopefully you'll be able to show that once again this year.